Okay, so today we're really digging into something vital. India's environmental challenges.
Yeah.
Specifically, the really pervasive problems of air and water pollution.
Huge
It's
shit.
massive, it's complex. But our mission here in this deep dive, it's to, cut through the noise, extract the most important nuggets of knowledge
Yeah.
from the articles, the research you've shared with us,
Right.
and give you a shortcut to being genuinely well-informed on, well, what is a crucial global challenge?
Absolutely.
How does a nation of, over 1 billion people balance that rapid development with preserving its environment? And what can its challenges teach the rest of us?
Well, that's a crucial framing. It gets right to the heart of it, really.
Yeah,
India's situation, environmentally, it's incredibly complex. So many interconnected factors.
right.
And understanding what's happening there, it offers these profound insights into global sustainability efforts.
So,
Precisely because it's a living case study, you see, of the immense pressures that economic growth can put on the environment, the sheer scale. It just makes it a unique lens.
that scale you mentioned, it really makes you wonder where to even start.
It's daunting.
Maybe we should zero in on air pollution first, because the current status is, frankly, alarming.
Yeah, alarming is the word.
The data we've reviewed,
Mm.
wow. It highlights that India is home to a staggering 9 of the 10 most polluted cities in the world.
9 out of 10. It's hard to even process that.
We're talking major places: Delhi, Ghaziabad, Kanpur, Lucknow.
Big population centers.
And the levels of particulate matter, PM 2.5 and PM 10. These are those incredibly tiny airborne particles.
Right, the really fine ones. PM 2.5 can actually get deep in your lungs, even into your bloodstream.
Exactly, into your bloodstream.
Yeah.
And the levels are just dangerously high, often far, far above what the WHO recommends as safe.
Miles above.
And the air quality index, the AQI, it often crosses into very poor or even hazardous. We're talking 300 to 500 regularly in major cities.
Just to put that in perspective for you, anything over 150 is already considered unhealthy.
Right. And we're seeing double, triple that often.
So what's driving this? It becomes clear when you look at the causes, it's not just one thing. It shows how rapid growth, without maybe enough environmental planning,
Right.
it can create this huge pollution debt. It's hard to repay.
So what are the main culprits then?
Well, you've got vehicle emissions, obviously, a huge problem. The sheer number of petrol, diesel vehicles, especially packed into cities.
Yeah, but urban concentration.
Then industrial smoke, lots of factories.
Hmm.
Maybe they don't have the proper emission controls, or maybe enforcement is patchy.
Okay.
Construction dust is another big one. You see building happening everywhere, often not really regulated for dust control. It adds up.
Mm.
And seasonally, this is a big one, especially in places like Punjab, Haryana, the burning of crop residue.
Yeah, the stubble burning
Oh.
creates those massive smog clouds we hear about.
Huge contributor. And finally, don't forget household pollution, especially in rural areas. Lots of people still use firewood, coal for cooking, often indoors.
Right, indoors. Okay, so those are the sources, but the impact. Here's where it gets really concerning, I think. The health implications.
Well, chilling, really.
When you read about the human cost, it really hits home.
Yeah.
These are real personal consequences we're talking about.
Absolutely. The research is clear. Increased risk of really serious illnesses, asthma, lung cancer, heart disease.
And it affects some groups more than others.
Definitely. Children, the elderly, they're highlighted as particularly vulnerable. Their systems are either still developing or, maybe already weaker.
And there was that one statistic that just jumped out at me.
The life expectancy one.
Yeah, long-term exposure,
Yeah.
it can cut life expectancy by 5 to 7 years in the worst hit areas.
5 to 7 years. It's staggering. Puts the scale into human terms, doesn't it?
It really does. Years lost from millions of lives.
So if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's important to say that things are being done. Proactive measures are happening, even with such a massive challenge.
Okay, like what? What's being tried?
On the vehicle front, there are pushes for EVs, electric vehicles, and cleaner fuels like CNG, compressed natural gas, and biofuels.
Better emissions than petrol or diesel.
Significantly. And policy actions, too. You've probably heard of the odd-even rule in Delhi during smog season, restricting cars by number plate.
Yeah, I remember that.
And importantly, stricter emission standards for new vehicles, the Bharat Stage 6 norms. They mandate cleaner engine tech much closer to European standards.
So tackling it at the source.
Trying to. And technologically, you see some things being tested, like giant air purifiers, smog towers in cities.
Do those work? on a city scale.
Well, the jury's still out on their overall citywide impact, I think. They're being assessed. It's complex.
Okay, so that's air. But as we dig into that, you really can't ignore the other vital resource, water.
Equally critical, yeah.
What does the situation look like there? Because the data we saw, it paints a pretty grim picture.
It does. Over 70% of surface water in India is polluted.
70%.
Yeah.
That's almost unbelievable.
And it's not just some abstract number. We're talking major rivers, lifelines. The Ganga, the Yamuna, the Sabarmati, heavily contaminated.
Wow. And not just rivers, right?
No, lakes too.
Yeah.
And even groundwater sources, which millions and millions depend on. Many are unsafe for drinking unless they're treated.
And treatment isn't always available, especially in rural areas.
Exactly. That's a huge challenge.
So this raises that important question.
Yeah.
What's causing this? Why is the water contamination so widespread?
Well, a massive part of the problem is sewage. Untreated sewage discharge.
How much are we talking?
Estimates are around 60 to 70% of urban sewage goes untreated, straight into rivers.
60 to 70%. That's shocking.
It is. Then you have industrial waste, factories, sometimes, directly dumping chemicals, heavy metals into waterways. Maybe not enough oversight.
Okay. Industry. What else?
Agriculture, agricultural runoff, pesticides, fertilizers. They get washed off the fields by rain, end up in rivers, lakes, causes nutrient pollution, algal blooms.
Right, okay. And just physical trash.
Oh, absolutely. Visually, it's striking. Rivers, lakes, just choked with plastic, other solid waste. A lot of it isn't collected or disposed of properly.
And there was something else mentioned. Cultural practices.
Yes, that's a unique challenge in India. Things like immersing idols, religious offerings in rivers. Culturally, very significant, of course.
But it adds to the pollution load.
It does, especially after big festivals. It's another factor in the mix.
So when you've got water contamination on this scale,
Mm-hmm.
what does that actually mean for people's daily lives, for their health?
The consequences are incredibly direct
Yeah.
and severe.
Yeah.
The sources list all the common waterborne diseases: cholera, diarrhea, typhoid, skin infections. They're rampant in many areas.
Awful.
And the human impact is just stark. Millions of people, especially in rural areas without good water treatment, they're basically forced to drink unsafe water every single day.
It's not abstract at all then. It's fundamental. Public health, quality of life.
Absolutely. It highlights just how critical it is to tackle this.
So are there similar efforts happening for water, like with air pollution?
Yes, definitely. And what's fascinating is the range of actions being tried. It reflects a growing commitment, even if the challenge is huge.
Okay, like what?
Well, there are major government missions. The Namami Gange mission is probably the best known, a huge integrated effort to clean and rejuvenate the Ganga River, multi-pronged approach.
Cleaning the Ganga, right. What else?
Infrastructure, building sewage treatment plants, STPs in cities, these are vital. They clean the wastewater before it gets released.
So stopping that raw sewage problem.
That's the goal. And policy changes too, trying to change behavior. Bans on single-use plastics, pushing for better waste segregation at home, trying to cut down the plastic tide.
Makes sense.
And, really importantly, awareness campaigns. Promoting clean water habits, encouraging things like rainwater harvesting to help replenish clean groundwater.
So lots happening on both fronts, air and water. But it can still feel overwhelming, right? Like the problem is just too big for one person.
It can definitely feel that way.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? What can you actually do?
Yeah, that's the key question. And the sources actually give some really concrete, actionable steps, things that, if enough people do them, can make a difference.
Okay, let's hear them. What can individuals do?
Well, on a personal level, you can choose public transport or cycle when possible. Less vehicle emissions from you.
Simple enough.
Definitely avoid burning plastic or garbage yourself. That's direct air pollution.
Right.
And water conservation. It sounds basic, but fix those leaks. Every drop counts, especially when sources are stressed.
Good point. What about like community actions or choices we make?
Yeah, you can plant trees. They help with air quality, water retention, support local cleanup drives, get physically involved.
Right.
And think about what you buy. Opt for eco-friendly products. Avoid those really harsh chemical detergents that just wash down the drain into our water.
Product choices matter.
They do. And finally, be vigilant. If you see illegal dumping of waste, report it. Help the authorities take action.
So individual actions, community efforts, conscious choices, it all adds up.
Exactly. It's not about one person solving it all, but collective effort.
This deep dive, it's really shown a light on just how complex and interconnected these environmental challenges are in India, and frankly, how human activity ripples outwards globally.
Mm,
Being genuinely well-informed, like we aimed for today,
yeah,
it isn't just about knowing the facts, is it? It's understanding the nuances, the
the
connections.
deeper understanding.
And
Yeah,
that's really the crucial first step towards any kind of impactful action. Doesn't matter where you are in the world.
well said. And maybe as a final thought for you to consider, reflect on this. While immediate solutions, cleaning up, are vital,
Yeah.
India's environmental struggle isn't just about fixing past pollution. It's really this living example of the dance between rapid development, huge population pressure, and ecological limits.
The balancing act.
A very difficult one. And the deep insight might be that true sustainability isn't some fixed goal you reach. It's more like a continuous process, a constant reevaluation of how